welcome back. Perhaps you've seen our recent reports on Local 4 with my interview with Daniel Ament, the Grosse Pointe teenager who became an unfortunate pioneer. He became the first person in the United States to need a double lung transplant due to vaping. The man who performed that surgery is thoracic surgeon Dr. Hassan Naimi, and he's here this morning to talk about this case that was so different from anything he's seen before in his career of studying and assessing lung damage. Doc, thanks so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You were a part of the stories that we did, but I really wanted to expand on what you saw and what you've come to learn now about vaping. Let's start with Daniel's case, though, and we actually have a picture of the x-rays. And the picture there that you see on the left, where it says before, you said it was as if his lungs had vanished.
For the most part, because when you look at the x-ray on the right side, you see that there is some air spaces. That's what gives you the blackish appearance, which is the normal appearance of the lung. So the lung had vanished. It's not disappeared, but the normal lung had vanished.
The picture on the left, though, was you basically said you'd never seen anything like that before.
Not to this extent, no. I have never seen it this bad.
We received an awful lot of criticism for not coming out and saying, look, the reason this happened to Daniel was because he vaped illegal black market THC. We've done many stories on vitamin E acetate, which is an additive into THC vaping fluid. Yes. But you can't really say yet exactly what caused this, can you?
No, it can be 100%. I mean, there is potential that it's vitamin E acetate from THC. But we're not 100% sure about that. Seems like 80+% of the cases that were reported was involved with vitamin E acetate.
But one of the markers that you look for in looking for vitamin E acetate, you couldn't find in Daniel, apparently.
Well, people
fatty
report,
deposits.
and again, exactly, this is the point. People report fatty deposits in the white cells and the macrophages, and or findings of fat material into the tissue. We did not find any of the above. That doesn't rule it out clearly.
Sure.
And at the same time, also, we don't have a holistic view on what the abnormal findings are in these cases, and we were starting to learn about it.
Because it's still, even I guess, vaping seems to have been around now for about a decade, but that's really new in the medical world.
It is. It is.
As somebody who is, you look at lungs every single day, I think a lot of people have come to believe that vaping is at least, and let's stay with nicotine for a minute. Vaping is at least healthier for you than smoking a cigarette. Does that seem clear to us yet?
It's not clear. I mean, I don't know if I can make a head-to-head comparison. We're talking apples and oranges. You know, the damage from vaping is not the same as from cigarette smoking. The addiction part with the nicotine is the same, if not more, with the vaping, because usually these cartridges have a very high concentration of nicotine in it. So if people are doing more a day, there's a possibility they might have a bigger nicotine dose.
In fact, the UK has much more stringent rules on the amount of nicotine that can be in a cartridge. It's kind of wide open in the United States, isn't it?
There are no regulations.
So we really don't know then what vaping can end up being, or do you find that it might be a pretty valuable tool to help people get away from cigarettes?
That's a beautiful statement, because it was marketed originally as a tool to get off cigarettes. And I personally am aware of a few people who used it as a tool successfully. But the statistics show that the majority of people who quit cigarettes by vaping are getting stuck on vaping.
The nicotine, the hunger for the nicotine remains.
Exactly, the addiction remains the same. So from what I saw in some of the reports, up to 80+% of the patients who quit cigarette smoking while vaping, they continue to vape afterwards. And that's a gateway. It opens the door for other things to happen.
We keep mentioning, and you're a thoracic surgeon at Henry Ford Hospital, which got all this attention by it being the first double lung transplant due to vaping. But do you see other people coming to you with damage from vaping?
Personally, I have not.
Okay, this is the first one.
I'm the end of the line.
Well, that's by the time somebody needs a transplant, it's gotten pretty severe, hasn't it? Then talk a little bit about what you because Daniel's cause now, and I believe I know you support him in this, is trying to get young people away from vaping, because he feels like so many of his friends are doing it, but so many of his friends are also hooked on it.
Yes. I mean, I have the same feeling about the mission myself, is protecting the young. Because number one, the creation of nicotine addiction is a terrible thing. And people don't talk about it as like we talk about drugs, but coming off nicotine is not any easier, if not harder than some of the drugs. So there's the addiction. It potentially can be a gateway to different type of substance abuse as they grow older. The third thing that really bothered me a lot is when I started delving into things a little bit and talking to different people, especially in that age group, the middle school age group and high school age group, many of these students are under the impression that it's benign, it's only water vapor. And it's not water vapor. This is not a benign intervention.
It remains a toxin.
It does,
nicotine,
absolutely.
Even if it's just nicotine and not
Absolutely.
THC we've talked about. Doctor, thank you very much for coming here and talking
Thank you.
about it, because vaping is going to be something we're going to continue to explore.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you so
being
much.
here.
Appreciate
Dr. Hassan Naimi from Henry Ford Hospital. We've wanted to talk to us so much about the green ooze and the dock collapse on this program. I want to remind you that tonight you can join us for a Help Me Hank Defenders special, Defending the Environment. Hank Winchester and Karen Drew with the latest on their investigations. That's coming up here tonight on Local 4 at 8 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. Meet the Press coming up next. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you right back here next week for Flashpoint.